Welcome back to Aspire for Me. My name is Jesse, and today we are going to be looking at our net worth update. Your net worth is when you take your assets, or the things that you have worth money, like investments and property, and you subtract your debts from those assets. The number you end up with is your net worth. The reason this number is important for people looking at financial independence is because this is an easy way to kind of track whether or not you're making forward progress on getting to financial independence. We should be seeing this number going up every month, and we should get excited by the progress that we're able to make on it. Now, we are looking to get a minimum of 7% return on our investments once we hit financial independence. And so we should be seeing much more of a growth in our net worth while we grow up to that financial independence number. So let's see if in the month of May we are able to grow that at a higher percentage than 7%. This month is going to be a little different, as my last update I gave you guys was middle of May. The numbers I'm going to be comparing directly are going to be only about a half a month worth of growth. I will show at the end what my net worth started at for the month, but I did not track the individual numbers on the items. So we'll go ahead and use those mid-month numbers. If you're curious on those mid-month numbers and want to compare them against the numbers I'm giving you now, you can go back to my part 2 of Who Am I, where I gave those numbers originally. All right, let's take a look at the numbers. First up, let's talk about the assets. The first asset we want to look at is the 401k. This one's my wife's from a previous job. You'll see that mid-month we started at $15,690 and ended at $16,703, giving us a $1,013 gain. Next up is my 401k, which I'm actively contributing to. We started out at $15,052 and ended at $16,475, giving us a $1473 gain. Next, we have an IRA, which started at $11.99 and ended at $11.99. I'm not exactly sure why this didn't have any growth. I did check to make sure that it did show that it pulled the new number, and I'm going to have to look into this IRA to see what it's invested in and make sure that its investments are proper. Hopefully, I'll have that taken care of by next month's net worth update. My non-retirement account started out mid-month at $34.38. I ended the month at $36.79 without contributing any additional funds, so that's all growth of $241. We had a good month in the stock market. My next assets are going to be real estate. These numbers are the numbers Mint pulls using Zillow's estimates on home values. Let's see what we got. The duplex value started at $518,041 mid-month and ended at $515,796. We actually lost value here of $2,245 according to Zillow's estimate. The house I call the Dave house started at $271,831 and ended the month at $274,044 with a net gain of $2,213, almost evening out the loss on the duplex. The Airbnb cabin rental started out the month at $141,650 and ended the month at $142,162 with a gain of $512. We have our Honda Fit, which started out at $5,090 and ended at $5,085. Once a car gets to a certain age, it kind of stays there and doesn't lose value too quickly. So that's another reason why an older car is nice to have in your asset list. Our second car is a Ford F-150. Mid-month, we were at $2,535. We ended the month at $2,538. And the emergency fund started at $10,122 mid-month, ended at $10,122 at the end of the month. This is in a high-interest savings account, and the interest doesn't go in until the third of the month, and because we did this mid-month, the interest had already got in for the month. Let's take a look at the debts and see how they did for the month. Now, these numbers should be going down as we make payments on things. I'll remind you guys that my wife and I are debt-free except for our real estate investments. So the only debts we're going to see on this list are the real estate. Let's take a look. The first debt is the duplex. We owe $445,349 mid-month. End of the month, we had that down to $444,755 after making the minimum payment on it, meaning we paid it down by $594. Not really that much on a 30-year loan when you're this early into it. The next debt is the Dave house. The mid-month, we owed $101,370. And after making the payment on that, we owed $100,701, putting us down $669. Now you might ask, why did the $100,000 house go down much further than the $400,000 house? when the $400,000 house has more than twice the mortgage payment? Well, that's because the $100,000 house is on a 15-year fixed, where the $400,000 house is on a 30-year fixed. So that shows us how valuable a 15-year fix can be when you're trying to pay your house off early. The last mortgage we have is our cabin mortgage. We owe $88,239, and at the end of the month we owed $88,100, paying off $139 towards principal. All right, let's look at these numbers and see what that adds up to. I'm going to be giving you three numbers here. We're going to give you the net worth at the end of April, the net worth mid-month when I give you the numbers, so you can compare them to these numbers, and then we'll give you the net worth at the end of the month. Normally we'll only do the previous end of month to current end of month, but since again we started this mid-month, it's going to be a little different. So let's look at those numbers. So at the end of April, my Mint account showed that my net worth was $340,593. Mid-May, I was showing $349,694. Already a great increase midway through the month. And by the end of the month, we had hit $354,251. Now, if we were financially independent and in retirement pulling off of these investments, we'd be looking for a 7% return on investment to make sure that we can pull off 4% and leave 3% for inflation. 7% of our $354,000 is $2,066. As you can see here, we increased our net worth by way more than $2,066, which we should, because we're trying to not live on that money yet. We're trying to grow it to a number where we can live on. And our net worth growth month over month came out to $13,658. I'm very excited about that number, and I hope that we do just as well in June. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I appreciate you hitting that like button and commenting down below what it is you liked about it and maybe something you would like me to add to it. Or if you have another video recommendation, you can also put that down in the comment section. I'll be looking to do these net worth updates once a month near the beginning of the month for the previous month. So we'll see you for the next net worth update at the beginning of July. Thanks for watching.